The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Hey, shut
Aspaz,
up.
the
Did
Snakey
he just accuse me of sounding like Snakey? Me and you are going to have fucking fights, bro.
Aspaz,
How
you did sound like
absolutely
Snakey.
dare you? Okay, yeah.
How
well,
dare you
I'm
sound
sorry,
like
bro.
Snakey?
I'm sorry,
Give me a
bro. I
minute,
didn't know that was you.
I've got to mute me Slayer, but like, yes, me and you are going to have a fist fight because you just accused me of sounding like Snakey. But,
I'm sorry,
let me
bro. I
assure
didn't.
you,
I didn't think that was you. I thought that was the
let me
soundboard
just-
somebody was playing.
Let me just
You didn't
assure
sound
you
like
and
you for a
everybody else.
second. You needed to cough or something. Calm down.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Let me just assure you and everybody else in here right now, yeah? If I was going to drop kick my baby across the fucking street, I wouldn't record it in VC, okay?
That's true. She did do that. Remember when she locked her baby in the fucking the cupboard, and then her baby got out of the cupboard, and she was like, "Can you go fuck on? I'm trying to smoke weed here." Like, what a piece of shit.
No, what I remember is that she was in a VC and she's like, "Oh, I'm sitting on the bed with my baby," and she's rolling around being a baby, goo goo gaga, right? And then there was a loud thud, and she said, "Oh well, that must have been my husband just drop kicking her across the room." It wasn't that she was just ignoring her because she was in VC. And she rolled off the bed. It must have been like, oh, someone must have kicked her across the room. But now, there is an analogous story to that. Is that some of the right? If you look into the Holocaust, there are Jews who maintain that at some point or another in time, there was. Now I don't know how they got this because like Germans play soccer like the English do, right? And they're good at it. But what these Jews said was they took this child, this fresh-born Jew baby, to a football field, like which would have been maybe a rugby field, I guess, is what they're going for. But they said they took this Jewish baby to the field, drop kicked it all the way across the fucking however many yard line, you know? It's like, well, no, that doesn't actually exist over here because we don't play American football. So maybe you made that up, you know. But maybe
So they
Snakey
sort
is
of
drop
like
kicking. I mean, maybe, maybe it's so that she can go to Americans and say, my kiddie, he passed the fucking 87-yard line or whatever, right? Because he was flying through the air after some German drop kicked him. But it's still counts,
wow.
right?
What the fuck?
Perfect sense to me.
Football thing. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
see, Mystery gets it. Look, listen, yeah, I make nothing but sense.
No one's going to be playing American football in England or in Europe for that matter.
I'm gonna start calling
exactly.
that shoe baby football.
We don't play American football in England, right? We don't play American football in Germany.
Oh yeah,
right.
I know what you mean. When you say football, you mean like fucking soccer.
Soccer.
What we call soccer.
Yeah. We're rolling around on the floor crying like a bunch of fucking niggas saying like, "Oh, touch me!" Right? And we're kicking it through the net, right? We ain't got yard lines. That's rugby. Like the closest you can ever get to that American football over here is rugby, right? And even then, you're not just going to drop kick some German baby all the way through the fucking posts, you know? You were dribbling for like half a pitch, and then you would like, pow! You would fucking let go with a hammer, mate, and he would go straight into the back of the fucking net. That's the way I play football with German babies or Jewish babies. But,
So Jewish, French, maybe it says.
It was a different time, So
Simpler times, I suppose.
Similar times, like, you know, yeah, you pick up a Jew, you just drop kick it for a fucking net, or like all the way over the fucking touchline, then fair enough. It just doesn't ring true with actual Jewish baby kicking experience, which I have a lot of. The
Oh,
Jew
well,
baby
but have you
kicking
swallowed
experience.
diamonds and then defecated the diamonds and eaten them again? Have you done that?
Bro,
Aspaz? Hmm?
okay, so have I swallowed diamonds? No, I would have sold them to the local cash for gold shop.
If the Nazis would come, what would you do then?
What if the Nazis were coming? I would say to them, hey. So, okay, apparently, you know, by mysteries, in mystery scenario, you're in my country right now. Okay, do me a favor. No, hey, oi, mystery.
Oh,
You're
no,
thinking
would you,
of...
hold on,
No,
Aspaz, would you like to know the answer? My answer's funnier. You would have said, fancy a game of football. You understand?
I mean, yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. But no, mystery. So you're pretty good on history in that, yeah?
Sure.
Does the name Chatham House mean anything to you?
Yes, it's a very popular name for these parts. There's one here as well.
Well, see down here in Ramsgate, there's a grammar school called Chatham House. That's where I went to school. And like their main claim to fame is that Edward Heath also went here. But if
Ted
you actually do
Heath, that's right.
Ted Heath, yeah, if you actually do some research on Ted Heath, then actually he was
Degenerate pedophile, man.
he was fully involved with Prince Philip's and Savile's procuration of children, and you know. But one of
And
the things they
what's
used
his
to
name? What was that? Not Lord Batten. Is it Lord Batten? I think it is. Which one's the one Prince Charles was looked after by? It's
I
Lord
can't
Batten,
remember off
isn't
the
it?
top of my head. Batten, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, it probably was Batten. But yeah, but like when I was in school, I was in like there's four there were four houses after one night. So you had the Thomases, the what were they? There was Thomases, something else in Heaths. I was in Heaths, and so we've been named after Ted Heath. And like they were actually proud of the fact that Ted Heath went to that school, and like, you know, he procured a lot of children for the royal family. But like, you know, they didn't tell us about that. You know, but also during the war, this the building that the school is in was used as a kind of internment camp for prisoners of war, like an espionage and shit. Pretty fucking weird, man.
Oh, that's the one, that degenerate weirdo. Lord
There was,
Mountbatten.
yeah, Lord Mountbatten. Yeah, that's the one you're thinking of, I think. I'm just trying to think of. So when I was in school, there were four houses or sets or whatever you want to call them. Right. So you got Heaths, which is
Aren't they
where I was.
houses? Aren't they called?
Yeah, houses, I think. Yeah. So
Houses.
I was in Heaths. There was Thompson's. And there's two others. So Heaths had white ties. Thompson's had pink ties, and then there were two other houses or sets or whatever you want to call them. I just can't think off the top of my head, but I'm sure they were probably esoterically relevant to some weird Jewish shit that went on during the war. I just can't remember off the top of my head.
You know, Chatham House now, right? You know what it is? Royal Institute for International Affairs, isn't it?
I was just about to say, wasn't one of the places I've heard it since, you know, long after school, when I've, you know, been hearing about conspiracies and shit. I'm sure there was a Chatham House that had something to do with, you might be right, with international affairs, or I've got this other one in my head that maybe it was something to do with, like that Dr. Skinner guy, and like some kind of, like, you know, indoctrination programs going on with children. but I could be way off.
Oh,
I could be way off.
that's the like Frankfurt School stuff, right? That's what you're talking
Frankfurt,
about.
yeah. That sounds about right. Yeah.
So this is your school, I suppose. This one here. It's the one, I suppose. My school. Ramsgate in Kent. That's where you live.
Yeah, Ramsgate Kent, Chatham Grammar School.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me, bro.
Weird logo, right? There's Black Swan. That's black and white, Black Swan. Jeez.
Well, oh dear. Big old fucking green blazers, big white striped tie. Like, yes, I am part of the problem. Yeah. Well, that is the takeaway, I think.
Are you ever going to move back to Ramsgate, I suppose?
Well, do you know the mad thing? Do you know where I actually live now?
You said Canterbury.
No, not anymore. Where do I live now?
Oh, jeez. Oh, let me check a map. I'll be able to figure it out, I suppose. Just use my divining stone, shall I?
I live in Chatham right now.
Really, Chatham. It's bizarre.
Chatham, where the dockyard is. Like, if that ain't pre-programming, then come on, man. So
But they move you again.
Chatham house with a bunch of fucking knolls, and then like, yeah, I live in Chatham. Oh yeah, just a coincidence, bro. It's just a fucking coincidence with so many triplicate fucking parentheses that it's off the fucking charts. That's what's going on.
So which end of Chatham are you in? Are you near the island or near Rochester?
No, I'm on like hold on, I'll type it. Wait a sec. It's like I think there is like I can see some river when I come out of my house, but like yeah, I don't think I'm like, you know, right. I'm close to the dockyard.
Historic dockyards of Chatham.
No, yeah, we used to do that when I was a kid, mate. Do you know what? See, we had a school trip to the historic Chatham dockyard when I was a kid, right? And I spent like a £17.50 on a not Optimus Prime as we recognise him, but the original Optimus Prime. It was some weird little fucking race car.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Money well spent.
Yeah.
They're the weird McDonald's Transformers.
No,
Your
they're
mum's
the
McDonald's
best ones,
Transformer,
right? I
by
have
which
the
I
Big
mean
Mac,
that every time I try and put gherkins and mayo in your mother's vagina, she just spits beef at me like it's a fucking curse.
Gotta learn to cook, I suppose, and you won't have these problems, right?
Well, I mean, no. I mean, why would I learn to cook when I could just invade Shitley's mother's fanny hole?
I see. It's fast. You can. I'm gonna say, but you're in Chatham, right? So you've got the Pentagon.
Yeah.
The American military establishment.
Well, I mean, yeah. So it's like this. It's only about like 8 minutes from my house. It's called the Pentagon, and it's like an indoor shopping centre. Like, yeah.
Right. I have a rough idea where you are. I guess you'd be like near the high street, I guess.
Yeah, I am. Like from here to the high street is like a 45-second walk.
Oh, there you go. That makes sense. It's not a bad spot, to be fair, I guess.
I mean,
Closer and closer to London, I suppose. I don't know.
I don't even need to go to the high street, mate. There's a Premier shop, 15 seconds around the corner. I go there, I buy tobacco, I buy solvents, I buy booze, and then I come home, and then I don't have to interact with the outside world, not even once, mate, unless you include the packy in the shop as the outside world, which I don't, because he's from a different world, so it's not this world, you know?
Yeah, he's from a nigger world. chock full of
Yes,
nickel weight.
exactly. Exactly,
For
it's Adrian. I'll tell you
15
what.
seconds from a premiere, that means you're on. Oh no, I'm not going to dox you. I can figure out exactly where you are, but yeah.
I literally
You're
just
on.
gave you the name of the road that I live on, mate. I ain't worried about getting doxxed. Like, what are you gonna do with that dox? Are you gonna come over here and beat me up?
That's right, Aspaz.
No, I mean, we're just chatting, and I'm just like, you asked where I was. I'm telling you where I am.
Very good, very good. So, but you're still in like housing, right? I suppose, like a care
I'm
home
in
thing.
supported. I'm in supported accommodations, so it's like there are 24/7 child wranglers here to make sure that I don't do anything especially stupid. But like I am all full of holes right now. You know. So I've got this mystery. You're a smart guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I have
like
heard this.
this hole in my arm, right?
Right.
Initially, it was just a big fat hole, and there weren't really nothing going on. But now there's some weird. It's kind of. Trying to think how to describe the color. I'd say it's not yellowish, but it's like whitish, greenish. But
So is it a scab forming or not?
well, no, this is what I'm saying. Like that's probably just that's where it's healing over, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that what shit? It's just the skin starting to form and grow over itself, right?
Usually, unless it's infected, then it will be a lot slower.
But I mean, why would it be infected? Hold on.
Because you got a hole in your arm, Aspaz. You've got an infection there, obviously.
Well, yeah, but they say because you've got a hole in your arm, that leaves it open to infection. But like, what's the alternative? I just wrap a bunch of cloth around my arm, and then that cloth gets stuck into the arm, and then that gets infected. Like, I feel like I'm better off where I'm at, man.
No, that was what you'd do if you wanted to, like, seal the hole. I don't know how big the hole is.
Nah, it's fine, man. It's a big hole, but it's fine.
I see. Let me have a look here.
Yeah.
No, you could. If you had a big enough bandage, I suppose that'd be all you'd need.
Well, no, but I had some like bandage, like a
Gauze.
come out of yeah. It's some gauze that come out of a first aid box, and I wrapped the whole thing round, and then my hand started turning purple because it was too tight. But if you don't have it tight enough, then it's not going to do anything. So I just took the whole thing off, and that's where it's at. It's fine.
On your arm, bro.
I can see that, but what? He's riding. Why does it say CP on your arm? He's
driving CP to his arm.
No. No. Well, don't you fucking dare. Don't you fucking dare. Hold on. That's not CP. Right. Now, it's been a long time since I drew a 4, and so the 4 is backwards. But that's what that's supposed to say is 1488. But the 4 is backwards. Okay?
Alright, fair enough. But Aspaz, could you not find a bandage big enough? A bandage, because the silver
Listen. That's a deep wound, yeah. So it's not about whether I can find a bandage deep enough. What I would need would be like some kind of compress over it before I wrap the bandage, which I don't have.
Okay,
so
what I mean is, when I say
just wrap the bandage around it right now, right?
It'd fuse to it. I get it.
It would fuse, yeah.
What I meant to say, I suppose, because I know you use a different word, a plaster, large plaster.
Well, I mean, yeah, maybe. But,
I would highly recommend it, just so it heals faster and better.
I'm pretty sure it will be all right.
Look what I just posted.
Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy who lives in my forearm, and he says all this weird shit, and I just keep cutting his face off, and here we are now.
Oh yeah, that's fucking dumbass Kitty Styles. He's a fucking dipshit.
Oh, fuck Kitty, man.
Yeah, so if you wanted to, I mean, it seems not very infected now, I suppose, but if it were to get infected, I don't know, get a jar of coconut oil or kill off any infection.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like if it was infected, I would probably know about it. You know,
I'd say so.
it would get very red, it would hurt, and all the rest of it. But like, it's not as fun. So if it does get infected, I will, take measures, or I will just, rather than taking measures, I will guilt the staff and say like, yo, you should have taken measures, but you didn't, and just to fuck with people. But like, yeah, there's fuck all wrong with it, man. I'm fine.
All right, as long as you've got it under control, I suppose that's fine.
I'm good, man.
Now, one question though: why did you carve 1488 CP into your arm?
No, there's no CP.
Okay.
That's like you're looking at half of the 88 and the second 8. Okay.
Well, whose fault's that, I suppose?
I mean, well, no, it was me. I was just like, I was kind of like well, all right. I could tell you the real shit, or I could just make something up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make something up. What I'm going to say is, because white people are so much better than brown people, I felt like I needed to carve that shit into my arm.
What was the real reason was you were bored out of your mind, so you just started and you kept going, something like that.
Well, I'm not going to tell you the real reason, but boredom was definitely a factor. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Is it related to your current predicament today, where they're withholding your medication?
No. This was like a few days ago, or a week ago, or some shit. I don't know.
All right.
Do you know, it's taken me, bro. You remember I got sectioned like 3 years ago. Like it's taken me literally up until this Monday just gone for them to even fucking review my medications. Like, come on, bro.
That's British bureaucracy right there.
There's something fucking wrong with me. Like, if there ain't something wrong with me, I would like to know that. But if there is, then I would like the relevant meds to make it not wrong, you know? Shit houses, man. They're a bunch of fucking shit houses.
However,
do you know? Listen. Do you know what my daughter said? Right?
Do tell.
She thought I was dead. Now, the only people she had for reference on this, was my actual mum and my actual brother and his wife, etc. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And they let her think I was fucking dead. So, see, when I got back in touch via phone, finally allowed to get in touch via phone a couple of weeks ago, right? She's crying her eyes out because she was happy and shit, like, to hear from me. Because, like, it never even occurred, even once, to these people that, like, maybe I matter to her, right? Because they have this opinion of me that I'm a dickhead, right? Which is fair, but they have this opinion of me that I'm a dickhead. They let her think I was dead, even knowing how much she loved me, you know? That shit fucking hurts, man, and there's nothing I can do to redeem that.
But you have by reaching out and getting contact, right?
No, bro. At the end of the day, like, these are her blood relatives, her blood fucking relatives, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
They are the only connection she would ever have to me. I had her from 0 to 5, right? And then a bunch of shit went down, like her mum was involved, a lot of shit went down. I take full responsibility because I should have been able to prevent it, but at the end of the day, okay, right? And now these people, right, they know how much she loves. Bro, I was there for 5 years. I was there when she was 3 years old, waking up in the middle of the night, terrified because she thought her mum was in the fucking house, mate. That's how scared she was of her own mother, mate.
I remember Aspaz.
And then I will hold her for the night. You know what I'm saying? All of this and that, yeah. And they let her, right? So now for her to think I was dead, there has to have been some kind of interaction where, and my only assumption is that maybe she asked my mum or my brother if I was dead.
Well, not even that. She might have just asked about you, and they said that.
Well, no, exactly. They either said, yes, he's dead, or just refused to tell her anything, which is the same fucking difference. Because she knows, if I ain't there, I must be fucking dead. You know what I'm saying? Right?
But, I mean,
about the shit on the fish, raising water like a mongoloid.
This is the youngest fucking member of that family. Blood. Pure blood. It's the youngest member of their own fucking tribe, and they will just let her think that I'm dead so that they don't have to answer questions about why they mugged us off. Fuck off, mate. I will murder everyone. I will stream it as well. Just gotta find the fuckers.
I was going to say like and subscribe.
Like,
I suppose you have reached out to your daughter and you're in contact now.
Yeah, I spoke to her 4 weeks ago, and I spoke to her last week as well, and I'm speaking to her again next week.
All right. Is there a limit on how much you can speak?
I mean, technically, I'm not even allowed to know where she lives. Technically, I'm not even supposed to be allowed these phone calls. But the girl that she lives with, Gemma, she's actually on the fucking ball, and she realises that my daughter wants this and needs this. And so she's doing the right thing, even though it's going against social services, you know.
All right. Now, is there any consequence if that's discovered?
That gives me a lot of faith in the fact that she just wants what's best for my daughter, right? Yes. So, yes, there is the possibility that they find out that she would let me speak to my daughter, and then they could penalise her, and my daughter could get further penalised and get further kicked off into the system, which is all they really care about. They don't care about what's best for the child. They care about how they can get a promotion.
Oh, yes, of course. Soulless
that's what they're about.
Workers.
So I'm being careful. She's being careful, you know. All right. But, bro, see, like I say, so first time I spoke to her on the phone after however many years was like 3-4 weeks ago, yeah. And like we're like, hello, and I'm like, yeah, say hello, a few pleasantries. Started crying her poor little fucking eyes out, man. Right? Which I didn't fully understand at first, and I thought, well, I don't deserve this. I know she loves me, but like, why is she so emotional? And it turns out that the rest of our family has been telling her that I'm dead. So of course she's fucking upset. You know what I'm saying? She thought I was dead. She probably already grieved me. And then all of a sudden, here I am.
But the concern I'd have is now she knows you're not dead, right? Obviously. Just to keep a lid on that, there could be trouble.
Well, yes. Right? Well, no. So, like, I've spoken to her, and Gemma, the girl that she lives with, she's a smart girl, and she has always done whatever is best for Lenny. And so I trust her not to fucking fuck around with that. You know? She's a good girl, man.
How long until, let's say, it all goes to plan? How long until she's free to actually see and talk to you openly? Well,
the thing is, like Gemma, I mean, she would have been happy for me to go and see my daughter like last week. But given the time, you know, the circumstances, what she thought, what she knows, all of that shit, I want to do a few phone calls, then maybe a couple of video calls, and then I will go to see her. You know, because like I think if it all comes too hard too fast, and then like let's say you know I just went to saw my daughter last week, but then like you know this week social services find out, and then she's not allowed to see me again for years. Right, so it's just like I'm just in and out like some sort of cunt, right? You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
So
but I'm saying once she reaches a certain age, is she not free to do as she wishes?
I'm trying to be as responsible as I can in the time frame, you know.
I get that, but is there not a certain age where it doesn't matter? Social
I mean,
services involved.
I think as far as social services, maybe when I'm not sure whether it will be at 16 or 18 in this country, but I know she's gonna want to come and see me when she's at that age. That's why I'm trying to ease into, you know. So like, we'll have a few phone calls, then we'll have a few video phone calls. We'll have a few chats in person, you know. And so when she gets to that point, she can make an informed decision, you know?
Oh yes, I get it.
Yeah.
Just got to hold it together until then.
I mean, that's it.
Well, it's good news, I suppose, not bad news. Oh,
No,
what does that have to
it's
do?
very good fucking news, man.
So, how did you end up cutting your arm?
It's like, let me put it this way. So, she was 5 years old when they took her into care, right? She's 13 now, so that was 8 years ago, right? And for the first 2-3 years, I was having supervised contacts, right? After that, the contacts were supposed to be arranged through my mum, but my mum wouldn't let me have those contacts, right?
I remember.
And and I think that's why eventually it got to the point where she thought I was fucking dead. You know what I'm saying? But like, so, it's like, so I could have seen her last week, but I feel like that would have been irresponsible. You know, like I have to take into account where she's at right now mentally and all the rest of it. You know.
Well, I mean, you don't want to rush anything because that leads to
Well,
mistakes, right?
I mean, do you know how much it burns me on the inside, like using the term rushing when I haven't seen her for 8 years? How can you possibly rush anything after 8 years? That's 8 years too late, whichever way you look at it, you know. But like, yeah, I'm doing my best to be as responsible as I can, man.
Yeah, I get it. Burning it around slowly. That was the plan. 5-year plan of Aspaz, I remember. Ahead of schedule. Finally. That's good news. Don't do anything stupid.
Like it's kind of like the worst case scenario in my head, but it's also the most likely case scenario in my head. Is that you know, we see each other face to face. She wants to see me more, all the rest of it, and then like fucking, she's doing so fucking. You know, she's the youngest girl in her group at school, right? She scored a 98 last week on some test, right? And all the people in the same year as her were scoring 40s. She's a smart fucking girl, mate. And like, you got to understand, like, the last thing I want to do is jeopardize that, right?
I get it.
She's a smart girl, and I don't want you know, my fuckery to kind of be you know, causing her fuckery, you know.
I would look at it in a positive way, I suppose. Now that she knows you're not dead, that will only inspire her further to do better.
I mean, like, bruv, like, I've got the entire Lovecraft collection about 5 years ago, and so now I've got and how is this for something that will make you absolutely shit your pants, right? is that who she lives with now? She took her to an anime convention last year. She was dressing up as Danganronpa. I haven't seen Danganronpa, but I'm sure it's some sort of schoolgirl shit. And I don't want her standing next to anyone in any sort of line at any sort of convention who's trying to nonce her up, right? But like, you know, that's what he's into. That's why I've gone for Lafcadio O'Hearn because like he had like some esoteric Japanese horror stories in that. I've got Junior, but I've also got like, you know, like I say, Brave New World, 1984, Animal Farm, and all that shit. You know, she's really into literature. She's really into literature. Like she really enjoys her books. You know. I lost my train of thought, but I think what I was probably saying was that like I don't want her to pick up the negatives from me, right? She's still got the positives from when she was tiny. Don't take the piss, mate. Come on. Would you want your kid learning from me?
Oh well, hold on, I suppose everything's a lesson.
No, it's a fair question. Would you want your kid learning from me?
Depends what they learn, I suppose.
No. Just answer the question. Say you had a daughter, 30 years old.
I do have.
Would you want her taking lessons from Aspaz, or would you want her, you know, getting a proper education?
I mean, if there's spare time, certainly a lesson from Aspaz wouldn't be that bad.
I mean, really? Come on, bro.
Be surprised what you can learn from the most interesting of people, Aspaz.
Well, yeah, but I'm not the most interesting of people. I'm a basic bitch, right? And that's what bothers me.
There's potential in you, Aspaz. That I know. Nobody else could have done what you've done. No?
The thing is, I know she's kind of she's taken some good lessons, right? But I don't want to get in the way of those lessons right now. Does that make sense?
I get it, but I don't think you existing will detract from her lessons. If anything, it will drive her forward.
Aspaz, you are definitely interesting. I'm glad you get to see her again. You her dad.
Very bad grammar.
Yeah, I'm her dad, and she loves me, and I don't deserve that, you know? That's kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah, you do.
Is that yeah, she loves me, and I don't deserve that. Like, bro, see when it was just me and her, right? It literally was just me and her. It wasn't me and her and I had a girlfriend, or wasn't me and her and my mum was involved. It was literally just me and her for 5 fucking years of her life, you know?
Oh, yes, I can imagine.
I'm not a good person, right? The fact that she's somehow gleaned the interest in literature without gleaning the the absolute fuckery that is my mind. I'm proud as fuck, and I have no right to be. Like I will give absolute maximum props to Gemma, the girl she lives with. Do you remember the story I always tell, which is why I trust Gemma?
Going to Lubbock said, I am sure you have something constructive you could teach your daughter.
Well, yeah, exactly. But yeah, so Mr. Reed, do you remember, like a few years ago, this was not long after she had been sent to live with Gemma, right? Mm-hmm. So she went to a birthday party at, you know, in England we've got like wildlife parks like Howlets and shit like that.
Oh
So
yes.
she was at one of her friends' birthday parties at Howlets, right? She was climbing around on the Triceratops. She fell off and she hurt her arm, right? Mm-hmm. They found an ambulance. The ambulance came out and they looked at her arm and said, "Oh no, it's just a sprain," right? This was the first time in my daughter's entire life that Gemma had ever seen her cry. And that made Gemma think like, wait, something's wrong. She made the ambulance come back, and actually it turned out that, yeah, she had a broken arm. Now, the fact that she recognised that this was the first time she had ever seen this girl cry, right? And so she knew something was fucking wrong. She made the ambulance come back out, and yeah, she had a broken arm. She had to go and get it like patched up and shit, you know? The fact that Gemma even recognised that to me shows me that woman, like, she pays attention, she knows, she cares. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
She's a good girl, man. She's looking after my daughter. I've now, like, see, when it was just me and my daughter, yeah? There weren't no sisters, no family, none of this, none of the other, right? I had older brothers with kids of their own, the same age, but, like, you know, I'm a cunt, and so there wasn't any interaction there. Younger brother, you know, I'm a cunt, no interaction there. My mum, I'm a cunt, so not much interaction there, you know. But now, not only does she have, so where she's staying at now with this chick Gemma, like, bro, my daughter is 13 years old. Do you know she's an auntie like 2 or 3 times over? So where she's living at with Gemma, Gemma's oldest son had a kid last year, right? Now, my older brother has had more kids last year. So my daughter is an auntie right now, right? And she takes that very fucking serious. She takes it like a fucking mensch, man. Like, I'm so fucking proud of her. It hurts. She's like, she looks on these younger members of her family as like, and she feels like a kind of responsibility to them because they're her blood, you know? And definitely didn't learn that from me or my mum or her mum, you know? So fucking proud of her, mate.
Yes, I understand this, but it seems like it's trending positive. Ultimately,
Yes, it is.
it's a good thing.
It absolutely is trending positive. Like, it wouldn't be trending positive if she had been with me this whole time. But where she's at now, she's got like family and shit, you know? And so it is trending positive. And she's learning good lessons. She has good principles, you know? And that is something I couldn't have given her because I didn't have sisters for her or cousins for her or any of that, you know? She's way better off where she's at and where she's been right now than she would have been if she'd have stayed with me.
I get that, I suppose, but you see, even though that has happened,
I'm happy.
a lot can be remedied
I'm happy,
now.
bro. I'm fucking happy, man.
Mm.
She's like, bro, she's smashing it at school. She's smashing it with her, you know, she's got nieces and nephews now. And she loves them to pieces. She's got older sisters, younger sisters right now, which she never had before, and she loves them to pieces. And it's like, it's so fucking good that when she went to stay there, so Gemma, who she's living with now, she had 2 daughters that are older than my daughter, and 1 or 2 that are younger, and I think an elder son. And so she's got these role models around her. She's got older sisters, younger sisters. She's got this whole fucking family unit, mate, which she wouldn't have had with me. And I couldn't be fucking happier, mate. And she's doing me so fucking proud. It's unbelievable.
So now, Aspaz, tell me, what's the bad news? Unreal.
There ain't no bad news. There ain't no bad news. Like, see when I sliced myself up and that, it's like, bro, like, there's so much good news that kind of gets to the point where, like, there's all this good news and I have suffered zero for it. And so I was just like, gank a fucking hole in myself. There's something
I
there.
get the the balancing of it all out is.
It's not even catharsis or for her benefit. It just kind of like it mellows me out for a couple of hours, you know.
I get that, Aspaz, but I would think of it from a different lens. Is it good? I would use the lens of, is it good for your daughter if you slice your arm like that? Probably not.
She's never going to see that.
But there's always the risk that it can be known.
No.
Right?
No. I won't let that happen. She's never going to see that, man. That's my kind of personal thing, you know.
Okay, but how about this? She'll never see it because it won't happen again. How about that, Aspaz?
Well, no, it's not that it's because it won't happen again. It's just because I've done it in places where that I can just wear long sleeves and long trousers.
I guess it is, Fez. However, wouldn't it be wiser to not do that?
Yes, it would be wiser to not do that, but I am a weak guy, and it kind of... Okay, yeah, so like you said, catharsis, maybe that was the main kind of motivator, was some kind of catharsis, you know?
Self-flagellation, yes, I know. Punish oneself.
I'm not religious enough to flagellate myself, but, well, so it's like, see the other week, the first time I spoke to her, right? And like I say, she cried her eyes out, see, for the first, 45 seconds or so, I'm like, you're right, darling. She's like, hello, Dad. And she's excited to hear from me. And then kind of like the line went quiet, and then I could hear her crying her eyes out in the background, right? And the reason she was crying was just because just hearing my voice gave her such a fucking reaction, you know?
Oh, so blood, right?
It fucking hurt me, you know?
However, Aspaz is a good day. No more 1488.
Absolutely a good day. Absolutely a good day, man.
No CP scratched in your arm.
It doesn't say CP, you liar.
Spaz, even if your daughter's not gonna see that, like your handler isn't gonna see that, like doctors and shit are gonna see that.
Yeah, there's a lot of impact that someone will notice.
No, listen. I've got handlers and all the rest of it. They ain't gonna they do see that, and that just kind of bolsters my my fight to get actual meds that actually fucking work. But the thing is, if they showed that to my daughter, they know I would bury their face in the toilet and just flush for 9 hours. You know?
Maybe I suppose,
that's not what that's about, man.
However, the impact of doing such a thing might jeopardize at some point.
It could. No. You're absolutely right, and I'm not going to do it again. See, I think the thing was the first time I got to speak to her, it fucking hurt me so much that I know this sounds like some emo shit, but slashing my arms to pieces afterwards, after hearing her cry her eyes out, just after hearing my voice, it kind of did something to dull the emotional pain, just to have the physical pain to focus on. If that makes sense.
I understand this, but
you're
over
happy
that.
to hear from you. Like it's nothing worth.
But she is. She is, man.
He said he doesn't deserve any of that. Hence the cutting.
I'm not going to do that no more, man.
All right, I have your word as an honourable gentleman, I suppose.
Bro, I could be physically in her life within the next 4 weeks, and that is everything to me. And the fact that it's everything to her as well, fuck, man.
No longer will you do any such cutting. Then. Good.
Of course I won't, man.
Twitchy said,
Sensible.
You can do it, Aspaz.
Oh, see, you said it at the wrong time. Now you're saying he can do
What they meant, what you have to do, Spaz.
Yeah, no, you should totally cut yourself, Aspaz.
No.
You gotta like stretch out your
No, no,
nutsack skin,
no,
and then take a
no,
staple
I'm
gun
with you, bud.
and
I'm
staple the
with you, bro.
nutsack skin.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Not
I'm
bad
with you.
pun.
I'm with you. I
Empressa
know.
said. I was wondering too.
Yes, that's good, Aspaz. So what else is new, ladies and gentlemen? The Aspaz is feeling better.
Not
That's right.
much with me. How are you guys doing, man? Right, bro, the amount of
I'm doing
times
all
Mystery,
beautiful. What
Ferg,
about
and all
you?
you other guys. Oh, sorry, go on.
I said I'm being all kittyful. What about you?
See, the amount of times Mystery, Ferg, Brother Eddie, these other guys, fuck, you're all on my side and shit, and it's weird. Like, how are your lives going? Tell me
You
what's good,
know,
man.
when we hear the stories of Aspaz, we can't complain. Aspaz, you know.
I would. I would
Well, I mean,
kick
it's
me in
been
the
a
face.
disastrous 2 weeks, Aspaz, but we'll get through it, you know.
Yeah.
Ultimately, given everything we need to get to where we need to be. The Dark Ninja who never seems to get what he wants.
I don't want to sound weird, but I am gonna watch you right now, Mr. E. How old is
That's
your
right.
eldest child?
How can I tell you in a way where other people will not know? I'll
Tell
send
me in
you.
a way.
I'll send you a
No, no, no,
number.
no. No, don't do that. I'm just wondering if I can mac on her.
Can you?
I'm joking, bro.
Regardless of the age, the answer would still be no. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
But, I would say so. Your daughter is 8, 9, isn't she?
She's 13 right now. She's
13
going to be
already.
14. She's going to be 14 on the 11th of February.
That's good. Not long to wait till legal. Well, and therefore social services cannot tell her what to do. One would hope. I think
Yeah, but
be
I mean,
18 though.
it would be kind of easy to fall into the trap of oh well, social services says she can't talk to you right now, so she can't. Like, I mean, I would rather I would rather that not be a factor, and just if she does want to, then she can. If she doesn't want to, then she doesn't have to. See what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, obviously. That, what would you
And
say, looming threat would be removed
that is a
soon
definite
enough.
possibility. Like maybe she don't want to know about me, and I wouldn't blame her. And then yeah, I would keep
No,
my
that's not
distance. You know?
that way, Ace Fuzz, for sure. Got to keep your emotions in check. Be fine. Really, all it takes. Emotions are the anathema of the male mind. That's why Brian is so emotional.
You just have some
I
more
mean, it's
butane,
like
nigga.
yeah, hey, it does the fucking job. Say what you like, but it works.
But, ladies and gentlemen, keep the VC warm. I'll be back.
Do what? Whoosh. Whoosh, whoosh. But yeah, no, mystery. You're my nigga, man. I appreciate it. Like, you've all been cool. Like, it's like, I feel like if I'd have been a guy in one of these VCs right now listening to me, I would have been telling me that I'm a fucking nigger faggot, and you've all been cool, and I legit appreciate that, man. Mm. Mm.
Sugar?
Empressor said. A link.
All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, or are you gay?
Okay.
I can hear you. I'm just sitting
Ah,
here
you're
trying to
some
fix this meeting.
gay ass
Everybody else
niggas.
but
All
me and
right.
Bernie is gay. Real.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
Ferdinand aren't gay, but especially fucking Brian, he is gay, and maybe that's because that he
Oh yeah.
sucks on the left nuts of his dirty Easter Island head wife children's niganoids. I don't know, but I mean, I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, he's got some sort of nigger shit going on.
I mean, let's be honest, you got some nigger shit going on, but your nigger shit is kind of cool. So is
Yeah.
Ferds. Like, he's got the gay kind of nigger shit where it's like, oh, I just like to deep throat and choke myself to death on nigger dick. Yeah, there's a difference, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there is.
Yep. Bro, I just joined this guy's server and it's a picture of a foot. You're all banned! Show me a picture of fucking toes. Shit ass. Fuck is wrong with you?
You shitty nigger, Chief.
Choo choo!
That's his real foot.
That ain't his real foot. That is the foot of a fucking some kind of anime nonce. Like, unless he's a Japanesely animated paedophile, like that is not his foot. It's some other cunts, but he deserves the same punishment regardless.
Corey Barnhill's foot.
Corey Barnhill's foot, mate. He'll fuck off.
It's not
Corey
hairy enough.
Barnhill's foot, yeah, like the nail, right, is kind of if you zoom in, so it's like it looks like there's something dripping off the end of it, but it's just like Corey's ego. But then if like you zoom out, you zoom back in again, right, and you think, oh, there's some dick cheese in between the toenails. But you zoom in, and it's just if you trust me, if you cross-reference the numbers that you see in between that nigger's toes, right, and it will give you if you translate that into binary, it will say Corey Barnhill loves cock, right. Then you zoom out a little bit more, and then you got some socks and shit, and it's just like his own brand, his Corey Barnhill brand socks, and then you're just gonna get some dick in your fucking eye, mate. He's a nonce. Fuck that nigga.
Real. Yo, Kenny Jones is typing. Let's go.
Oh shit, is Kenny Jones still alive?
Yeah.
Yay! Well, if you zoom in on most of the snakes that Kenny says are paedophile snakes, actually, if you just run that binary through a picture image editor, it will just be a picture of Corey. I don't know how the science works. That's just what it is.
Yo, did you guys know that Corey got caught hitting up Medica Fembot when he thought that she was a 17-year-old, like Japanese Filipino woman?
Fuck
That's why
off!
he still
Don't
pretends to
lie.
this day that it's still a girl. That's how
Don't
it.
lie.
My
Bro,
kid, he still pretends that's a fucking actual female.
even if he knew that was an 18-year-old female, he's still a fucking nose, right? But he's hitting it up thinking it's a 17-year-old woman. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's a 17-year-old woman
Yeah.
with hairy bollocks
A lot
and a
of,
penis.
Yeah,
What
COD
are
got
you
caught.
doing, man?
Yeah, COD got caught up
Oh,
in that too.
no.
That's why he still pretends it's a female.
Oh, no. See, get this nigga back in here, man. Invite these niggas in here so we can horror at them.
Call him a nigga.
Tell him, bro, tell him Aspaz said you're a faggot. Because, like, who can possibly resist the opportunity to prove me wrong if I call you a faggot, right? Everybody knows I'm a fucking retard, right? So why would you even take that?
Well, it depends on who you say that to. Like, if
Well,
you can't
depends
call me a
on...
fag,
Bro, bro,
fine.
you sound like some kind of fucking you sound like some kind of Southern Family Guy analog. Like, just behave yourself. Like, let's get these fucking nigger faggots in here and let's tell them why Aspaz is calling them a nonce. Because if you ain't got no response to
Yeah.
Aspaz calling you a nonce, you might actually be a paedophile.
Oh yeah.
Not too,
Tell the
Myrtles.
niggers.
No.
They need to
Not too,
fucking learn.
Myrtles. Hey, Myrtles, you're my guy, you know that. No, but I'm saying these other guys
I
are
know.
nonsense.
I know. That's what I was saying. I said, tell them niggers. You ain't telling me.
Oh, punch that nigger in the fucking
I'm
eye.
almost done with the mirror here. I'm so happy I'm about done
The
with this
dick
mirror.
eye. I will punch him in his penis. Hey, cheese is so fucking delicious. Holy shit. Mm. Reynolds,
Yeah.
stop hitting your keyboard like a fucking nose. Behave.
Oh,
Quiet down.
I'm not fucking with my keyboard. I'm here. I'll
Mute
show you what
yourself
I'm
then,
doing.
bitch. You're being noisy.
Okay, I'll show you what I'm doing. I'll show you why.
I don't
Hold
want to
on.
see what
Let me
you're
get to
doing. I
the.
want to see what Third's doing so that I have an excuse to call. Oh,
See,
okay. Yeah.
I'm installing a mirror here.
You're
Since everyone-
installing a mirror.
Yeah.
He's still in
Alright
the
then.
trigger.
No. Oi, shut up. He gets a pass. He's allowed to install whatever he wants. He says he has said nigger more times in the last 24 hours than every one of you has said in the last 24 years.
Hey, you think Roxo can install a mirror?
Oh, yeah.
Get out of here.
Mahone. I think Roxo could probably install a kind of half-inch by half-inch mirror on the end of his dick eye to try and pretend that, like, the people who are sucking it, it's their face that are taking the dick, but it's actually his dick that is taking the dick, and he swallows dick.
Yeah. Doctor, that Roxo dude, he's a nigger.
Just science, bro. Like, I'm sorry, I know a lot of fucking mathematical equations, and that guy's...
Oh yeah.
Oh,
He's a
the
nigger.
knob. He's obsessed with penis.
He is.
Especially the oral kind of penis. The kind of penis that goes into your up and down your nose for 9 hours until, like, you start bleeding cum milk from your eye sockets. That's what he's about.
Yeah. Well, of course
Yeah, I'll
he
be
is.
right
He's a
back.
nigger.
I need to go and take an actual shit. I'll be right back.
Where the fuck's that other little mirror? There's one more.
Empressa said. Good angle, by the way.
Thank you. Uh, two, three. And voila. I have completed it. I feel pretty happy right now.
Freefad said. Kurcha Mirnoron.
Everybody see this Boogie versus Ralph shit yesterday? Go up stream it. Dude. Yeah, especially Colonel Day channel, like guy's like a pedophile guy. What the heck? Stupid.